Hey everyone, welcome back to the Friday show with me, Gaming Monkey.
Hi guys, I'm Lily, and here are some facts about how beneficial animals are to you and your health. Animals are very beneficial to you and your health. Like, for example, they can decrease your stress. Petting a dog for just 15 minutes can lower blood pressure by 10%. Animals can also be your best friend and very comforting. They can make you less lonely and can sometimes be a better companion than people. Animals can increase your fitness level. You can lose 200 to 250 calories per hour just by walking your dog. Your animal could also protect you against heart disease and help you live longer. In May 2013, the American Heart Association, AHA, released a scientific statement associating pet ownership with reduced heart disease risk factors and greater lifespan. Once you get a really good bond with your animal, it's unbreakable. Animals can love you forever as long as you love them too. I mean, how can you not love a cute little fuzzball like this one?
The play is this. Banana go here, then banana go there and there. When banana goes, he scores. Banana win, yes, very good, I love bananas.
Banana.
NFL has started back up again, and I'm sure a lot of people are excited. That's why I'm here. I'm going to be updating at the end of every week with news, updates, and scores. And every 3 weeks, I'll be showing the standings for the league. Now, onto the scores. These are the games played and scores for week 1. First, we have the Chiefs vs. Texans. The defending Super Bowl champs show that they are still a dominant team as Patrick Mahomes threw for 211 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions, beating the Texans 34-20. Next, we have the Jets vs. the Bills. New York continues to struggle, and it doesn't help that they lost the best safety in the league, Jamal Adams, over the offseason. The Bills dominated the Jets as they were up 21-0 in the first half and ended up winning the game 27-17. Then we have the Packers vs. Vikings. Aaron Rodgers showed us that he's not slowing down anytime soon as he threw for 364 yards and 4 touchdowns. And Davante Adams also shows why he's a top receiver in the league as he caught for 154 yards and 2 touchdowns as they went on to win the game 43-34. Next, we have the Eagles vs. the Washington football team. Washington was the clear underdog but somehow came up on top as Dwayne Haskins led them to a 27-17 win with him throwing for 178 yards and 1 touchdown. Then we have the Ravens vs. Browns. Lamar Jackson proves that he is a top QB, if not the best in the league, as he threw for 275 yards, 3 touchdowns, and slaughtered the Browns 38-6. And the Browns are still struggling despite having a stacked roster. Now, the Jaguars vs. Colts. No one was really looking forward to this snooze fest, but I guess I'll throw it in here. The Jaguars come on top as they won 27-20 with Gardner Minshew throwing for 173 yards and 3 touchdowns, and the Colts still trying to find their number 1 QB as Phillip Rivers doesn't look like it right now. Then we have the Raiders vs. Panthers. It was a very close game, but the Raiders came out on top winning 34-30, with Josh Jacobs running for 93 yards and 3 touchdowns, showing no sign of a sophomore slump. Then we have the Bears vs. Lions. The Bears were struggling in the first half of the game, and the Lions were dominating, but Trubisky stepped up in the second half and threw for 242 yards and 3 touchdowns, bringing them back to win the game 27-23. Next, we have the Seahawks vs. Falcons. Russell Wilson shows that still to this day that he is the most slept on and underrated QB in the league. He went off against the Falcons, throwing for 322 yards and 4 touchdowns and no interceptions, and went on to defeat the Falcons 38-25. Now, Patriots vs. Dolphins. The Dolphins look a little better than last year, but nothing outstanding. But for Cam Newton, he isn't done with his career just yet, and proved all the haters wrong as he went on to throw for 155 yards had 75 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. He led them to a 21-11 victory. Next, the Chargers vs. Bengals. Joe Burrow looked promising in his NFL debut, but still has some things to work on. The Chargers struggled a little bit, but still came on top, winning the game as Joshua Kelly had 60 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. Next, Cardinals vs. San Francisco. The 49ers didn't play badly as Jimmy Garoppolo threw for 259 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Cardinals just ended up pulling out at the end, 24-20, as Kyler Murray went off throwing for 230 yards, which 150 of those yards were to DeAndre Hopkins, who also had a good game, 1 touchdown and 1 interception, while also rushing for 90 yards and a rushing touchdown. Then we have the Saints vs. Buccaneers. Tom Brady shows that he is not in his prime anymore as he struggled this game, but there's still a whole season ahead. On the other hand, the Saints just played good overall as a team as Drew Brees threw for 160 yards and a touchdown, beating the Bucs 34-23. Rams vs. Cowboys. This was a very close game, all 4 quarters, and there were some flags that could have changed the outcome, which had the Rams on top 20-17. For the Cowboys, Ezekiel Elliott had 96 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown, but it wasn't enough for the Rams defense as they shut them down in the 4th quarter. Next, we have the Steelers vs. Giants. I'm a Giants fan, and we didn't look too bad and definitely improved from last year, but our O-line still needs some work. But for the Steelers, Big Ben had a good debut, throwing for 229 yards and 3 touchdowns, beating us 26-16. And lastly, we have the Titans vs. Broncos. The Titans showed up last night, showing that they weren't one-year wonders as the whole offense did great, having 100+ yards in all stats. For the Broncos, it wasn't that they played bad. The Titans defense just showed up when needed to and closed the game out with the Titans winning 16-14. These are all the games played in Week 1. I hope you enjoyed and stay tuned for Week 2.
Hello, it's me, the Gaming Monkey. Next up, Gaming Report. I love to game, as you know. We'll see you after this.
Welcome to my review of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. In this game, there's over 150 characters to collect from all eras, ranging from the Old Republic to the powerful First Order. In this game, the more progress you make and level up, the more game mode you have access to. Like once you reach level 60, you have access to Ships and Monkey events. There are dark side and light side nodes, which you can only use those factions in. But for Cantina battles, you can use anyone. There are many characters to unlock through the journey of the legendary event, like Grandmaster Yoda. To unlock Grandmaster Yoda, you have to use 5 Jedi that are at a 5-star, and say you want a 6 or 7-star Yoda, you have to have a 6 or 7-star Jedi. In this game, there is something called the Journey Guide, which helps you progress towards a legendary character like Revan or C-3PO. Once you level 85, you gain access to Grand Arena. It is a tournament-style mode where you face opponents close to your GPA, which is Galactic Power. In this game, you can join guilds and do raids, which helps get you better rewards. And you're also able to do territory wars and territory battles to get the best rewards. Territory wars is an event where your guild must push another guild. It's like Grand Arena, but instead of 1v1, it's an entire guild. A territory battle is where you do work from one side to the other. There are 2 territory battles currently, the Hoth battle and the Geo battle. This game is really fun, and I hope you try out. Thanks for tuning in.
No. A tamed monkey is not a happy one. Not at all.
What are you doing out here?
Well, what do you think I'm doing, darn toot?
Well, it looks like you're being a weirdo in the grass. That's what it looks like.
No, what are you doing? Well, look at you.
I mean, I was just jogging away from somebody who was attacking me. But I mean, I was just jogging.
It really doesn't matter why we're out here.
But what does matter is tending to my rats back at home. So like, if you want to come join me, you can come. I mean, you could keep running by your killer or something. So I'm just gonna, you want to come? Come on. I mean, it doesn't look like you're like...
I'm trying, my legs are like locking because I've been running for so long.
You know what? I'm just gonna head on. Who's at my door? Oh no. Oh no.
I want to learn more about the rats.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey guys, this is Tamed with Nadine, and we're going to be checking out the rats today. Rats are a fin-tailed, medium-sized rodent that originated in Asia and Australia but are now found all over the world. True rats are members of the genus Rattus, but other rodent genera are also referred to as rats and share many of the same characteristics. Here is the basic care for rats. You'll need a good cage. I have the Critter Nation, it's the appropriate size for rats, and it's decently easy to clean. You'll also need a house for your rats to sleep in. Rats are prey animals, so they like to have a sense of security to completely relax and feel safe. So provide your rats with multiple hides in their cage. You'll also need some quality bedding or cloth for the cage. I use my old clothes for the rats to sleep on and nest in. I prefer cloth over bedding, but bedding is good to eliminate the odor of feces. Either way, the rat's cage should be cleaned frequently. I have to clean mine about once or twice a week. You will also need a good rat food. I've tried a lot of different rat foods. Alternatively, you want a high-grade rat food. These tend to be more expensive, but in the end you buy less because they don't eat as much because they get fuller on the better quality foods. Oxbow is a veterinarian recommended pet food, so I use that. They will also need access to water 24/7, whether that's water bottles or bowls, whatever works for you. I use bowls because rats like to clean themselves. This can be a downside though because you have to change the water more. You also need to provide your rats with some toys and accessories to brighten up their day. What would life be without some toys, you know what I'm saying? This may surprise you, but rats are extremely intelligent animals. They are excellent learners and are just as easy to train as dogs. You can't count on getting a healthy rat, and even if you do, it's an animal and they can get sick. Pet rats can live up to 4 years, more traditionally, though they live 2 to 3. And as with any animal, their immune system slows down as they age, so just have a plan for if they ever need any veterinary assistance. Well, I hope you all enjoyed learning about rats today, because I definitely did. That was Tamed with Nadine, and I'll see you next time when we learn about owning rabbits.
Mr. Monkey, we're all out of bananas. All we have are chicken nuggets.
Hey, who wants some chicken nuggets? We do!
Go ahead.
You're fine. Can I have 5-piece chicken tenders?
David talking about when did you say fresh for eating?
Can I have 10-piece McNuggets?
For stopping, have you been helped?
No.
Alright, looks like try one of our pumpkin pies today.
No.
Alright, what can I get for you?
Can I get a 10-piece chicken McNuggets?
I was going to say whenever you're ready.
Could I have a 10-piece chicken nuggets? First off, we got our chicken McNuggets. So that's the presentation. What do you guys think? I'm thinking like
that's pretty good.
I think it's probably one of the best we're gonna see. So
Yeah.
I'm probably thinking like a 6 or a 7.
McDonald's.
I feel like everything
3.5.
Everything with that was just kind of average.
Yeah. So overall, I had it as a 16 overall. So add yours up. That's our. I don't know if I'm gonna eat the rest of these. This is something that I probably
19.5.
This is
next one.
Next one we got some
Arby's.
Arby's. Okay.
Ooh.
Arby's, I kind of like the presentation. I always like Arby's presentation though.
Yeah, it actually comes in a pretty nice box.
Yeah, it kind of shows everything. You know. I had a 20.
I did 21.5.
I had a 20 here.
I had a 17.
Here. We have some burger. Okay, I do not like this presentation.
First of all, that's a 0 in presentation.
Oh yeah,
They're in
no.
a bag.
Yeah, why are you giving us a bag?
I
of
think it'd be
chicken
a 1 because a 0 would just be like chicken nuggets on a table.
Yeah,
that's true.
8 overall.
I had a 5.5.
I had a 6 for that.
This presentation, it's kind of like Arby's, but I feel like why would you put nuggets in this? Like tenders works for this.
Yeah,
14. So
I give it a 13 overall.
okay, so let's add these up all really quick. So coming in last place, which I thought was actually not going to be last place. I thought it was going to be second or third. We had where is it? Burger King. This bag, their lowest score out of everyone. Then next up, we have Wendy's, which came in third place with 42 points. It wasn't too far behind the next place. It was only 7.5 points behind the next place, which was McDonald's, which means our winner is Arby's, which beat out McDonald's with a 58.5. McDonald's had a 49.5. And how we graded this is we went by the overall taste, as you may have heard us talking, the presentation, and the tenderness. And yeah, if you're looking for some good chicken tenders or nuggets or whatever you want to call Arby's, definitely go for Arby's.
Hey, come on, get up. We have some exciting news to share with you.
Hi, I'm Carly.
Hi, I'm Heather.
And this week on the Friday Show, we are interviewing students about how their school year is this year so far.
We're going to be interviewing one online student and one student that's doing in school. Well, good morning, Riley.
Good morning.
Thank you for agreeing to do the segment with me. I'm going to ask you a few questions about how online school is for you. So first off, what are your classes like for you?
Well, for me, each class is kind of difficult right now because they just started this thing in our app, and the app that we call this is called Edgenuity, and it's like e-learning, but it's basically just a way simplified version, and everything is so much easier to get a hold of, and it's so much easier to work with teachers and stuff.
But speaking of teachers, how often do you even see your teachers, like talk to them?
Every Monday and Thursday morning at 9 o'clock, we do a Google Meet just like we are right now. So that's only whenever I get to see a teacher, unless I need help. And if I need help, I could schedule a Google Meet or I email them. Completely different. So e-learning, you had to do whatever with your teachers. You had to log in, do this, do that. But for this program, I could say, this program is completely different. You have to do everything basically on your own. You just watch videos and then you do an assignment after the video and then you keep going like that until you really want to stop. You could work ahead too. So if I want to get stuff done for next week, I could just finish this week's early and just do next week's.
So I take it as like you really like it?
I really like it. I don't know if I'll go back to school.
If you would have gone to school or no?
I feel like I've heard that there's so many corona cases already, and I feel like it's a better idea that I've already just stayed home. And I feel like the masks look pretty irritating. So
yeah, they can be.
I'm kind of glad I stayed. That was most of the questions that I wanted to ask you about online school. Thank you so much for talking to me today, and have a great day. Thank you. You too.
Bye. I'm Carly, and this is Jacinda, and I'm going to do some interview questions. So overall, how do you feel about being back in school?
Being back in school, it was definitely a big jump just because we were in quarantine, so it was a lot of sitting at home and doing nothing. I'm glad to be back and I get to see my friends, but it's also very nerve-wracking just because there's so many people getting sick and whatnot. So.
And do you wish you would have done online school, or do you like to be back in school?
I kind of wish we had more of a hybrid type thing so that the school didn't have the full amount of students at one time. So on some days it would be half students in school and the other half online. But that could also probably be a little complicated. So.
How do you just feel about all the rules and wearing masks all the time?
I mean, I think that they're good, just to prevent anyone getting sick. It's just a little annoying sometimes, but I mean, we gotta do this kind of stuff to stay healthy. So wear your mask.
Thank you.
No. You can never change my mind. Banana will always be good. Get it? The next segment is called Change My Mind.
So guys, today I will be having a debate with two people, one of which is right here, on whether or not 100 gecs is good. Okay, and for those of you who don't know, 100 gecs is a musical group that is very genre bending, not defined. Okay, I personally love them. I will always be on the side defending 100 gecs. Okay, the other person will not. Okay, so this over here is Aiden, and he is going to argue that 100 gecs is bad. And right now, he is going to tell us why 100 gecs is bad.
I was in the lobby before I came in here, and I was listening to this thing. I think it was called 100 gecs, and it was just really techno. I couldn't understand what was going on. I think there was supposed to be vocals, but I couldn't understand because it was all robot sounding.
Can I ask you something? You coming after me for liking 100 gecs and constantly saying that 100 gecs is bad really is just demeaning, and honestly, just please leave the interview.
You make a valid point. I think I should reevaluate my position on if 100 gecs is good or not.
I agree. I
want to find something else to hate that you like.
Please leave the interview, sir. Okay, so I'm here with Haley McGurney now, and she is going to explain to us why she does not like 100 gecs.
I hate them, and I think they sound like actual garbage, and you can't understand what they're saying whatsoever.
Okay, now let me ask you this.
Yeah, there is something wrong with it, because the thing with 100 gecs is it's inaudible.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it!
It's just garbage to me. It's absolutely terrible to me.
Well, I do appreciate you being much more kind and courteous, even though you use words like hate and garbage, which I do not like. I really do not like that. I really appreciate you being more kind and courteous than our first guest. So, thank you for that, but please leave the interview. Thank you for your input.
Thank you.
Okay, so as you can see, people do not like 100 gecs. Now hear me out when I say this. It is okay to not like 100 gecs, but it's not okay to make fun of me because I don't like 100 gecs. It really just gets to me, guys. Please stop making fun of what I like. I just like 100 gecs.